Well, let's see what kind of finish the Braves have in store for us tonight. At the wall, it's gone. Shot the other way and under the glove of Bell. Ozuna's going to tag. He's going to move up and he's going to be safe. Swing, shot, and a base hit. Contreras ties the game. Runner goes and in safely is Contreras with a stolen base. Swing, line drive, center field, base hit. The throw, it is up the line, and the Braves walk off again. Welcome to Atlanta, where world champion Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. All roads lead to Truist Park, where the Braves have a chance to win this series outright against the Giants. They have 2 walk-off victories so far, and we're looking to cool off San Francisco on a 95-plus degree day. Dansby Swanson, part of that great 9th inning comeback for Atlanta. Their first victory of the year when trailing after 8 innings, and today, Kyle Wright looks to win this series. Hi again, friends. Chip and Jeff, the old saying in baseball, partner, you win a big game, you can't wait to get back to the ballpark, where here we are, less than 24 hours after the second walk-off in this series with the Giants. June has been kind for the Braves. They're rolling. What do they have to do to win again today?
Well, last night was demoralizing for the Giants. When you're up 3-1 and you get a start that they did, you know, you expect to win the ballgame. This Braves offense, though, we talked about it, it's never out, and it's really been what's carried this team for the month of June. I mean, you think about it, this team was 12, 11 games back of the Mets coming in. Now all of a sudden 17-3 in the month of June, tied with the Yankees for the best record, over 6 runs a game. You saw the numbers with the home runs. And this is what I like, 9 different players, Chip, with a game-winning RBI. That means you're not just getting production from 1 or 2 guys. It's the whole lineup. It's so deep right now. The bullpen has been great. And really for the Braves right now, keep riding this hot streak. You're gaining on the Mets and you keep winning ball games. You'll be in first place before you know it.
Well, indeed we are. The Braves start play today 4.5 games behind the Mets. Remember, 2 weeks ago, the deficit was 10.5 games. Things are trending in the right direction. The weather is hot. The Braves are hot. We go for a series win as Atlanta tries to frustrate the Giants again behind Kyle Wright. Lineups, first pitch, and Kelly Crow coming up. And you can't do any better than Wright. He blew him away. And a swing and a miss. And Wright heats him up upstairs. Blew him away. That sunk out of sight. Straw came out. Kyle Wright just struck out the side. Well, Braves country, anytime Kyle Wright takes the mound, you feel pretty good about your chances. He's on an all-star pace, perhaps, Jeffrey, and today he's our starter and our racetrack fueling up feature.
He's been throwing the baseball great this year. The sinker and the curveball, kind of Charlie Morton-ish with that, more sink on his fastball. And I agree. If he's not an all-star, I'll tell you what, he is right on the verge, and a good game today might put him over the top.
And he's looking to rebound from a disappointing outing against the Cubs. Another one of those starts for Kyle Wright that belies how well he pitched. We'll talk about that after we give you the San Francisco starting lineup for the Giants. It's presented by Toyota. Mike Yastrzemski leads off. Wilmer Flores bats in play second. Jock Peterson's their cleanup man. Kurt Casale back in harness behind the plate. Luis Gonzalez, by the way, lower back tightness, placed on the injured list, not available for the Giants and Gabe Kapler today. 9 quality starts for Kyle Wright. Gave up 11 hits in 6 innings. 9 of the 11 hits against the Cubs, though, Jeff, were singles.
Yeah, man, he's got some weak contact when you're sinking the ball like that. Hopefully today he can flip the script on that.
94 degrees officially at first pitch. With a gentle breeze blowing. Yes, it feels like a hairdryer blowing in your face.
It really does.
Here in Atlanta. Big credit to the Braves for doing what they can to keep the fans cool. Hydration stations all around the Battery, outside the ballpark. And another big crowd filing in will put the Braves over 1.5 million in attendance today. As Kyle Wright to Yastrzemski ahead of him, 1 ball 2 strikes. He has 3 hits in this series, just 3 hits in his last 24 at bats, however, overall. And a swing and a miss. Good start for Kyle Wright. Yastrzemski is out number 1. Different look for the Atlanta lineup today. Several of the Braves starters getting days off today. Marcell Ozuna has been the DH for the last couple of weeks. He starts in left. Guillermo Heredia in right. So no Duvall and no Acuna in the outfield. Orlando Arcia, Jeff, gets another start for the Braves at third base today in place of Austin Riley.
He's been swinging the bat, well, so we've seen him at second, and of course with Austin getting the day off, third base, logical sense.
Doesn't mean those guys wouldn't be available for late duty like Riley last night, but a quick turnaround on a day where the heat index is approaching 100 degrees. These are welcome rests for some of those Atlanta regulars who played virtually every inning of every game. Wilmer Flores, 2 strikes, bases empty. Wright works quickly and misses downstairs. That's ball 1 for the Giants second baseman. Wright ready with his 8th pitch, and it's shot the other way. A base hit for Wilmer Flores. So 1 on 1 out. Darren Ruff is the hitter. Partner, what are your 4 keys for the Braves to win this series outright?
Well, for Kyle, just follow Charlie Morton. You saw exactly what he did to this lineup last night for 7 innings. Perfect script for him. And look, step up. It's a different lineup today. You're giving some guys an opportunity, Chip, that don't get a play. So, see them step up to the plate. Then hydrate.
That's
the right way.
Oh yeah, that's really important. As Kyle Wright in the stretch for the first time, Darren Ruff hit a home run here last night. One thing Kyle has done exceptionally well is limiting trouble, but an opposite field approach, and this is a repeat of what the Cubs did to him. Back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches, 2 on 1 out. And Jock Peterson's coming up.
Well, both Flores and Ruff see that big hole with the shift over there, and give them credit. They both just kind of poked it through the right side. Be something to keep an eye on as the game goes on. When those guys come up again, do they soften that, depending what they're going to do.
Jock Peterson, a couple of hits in the series, one of them a home run. He's been the most consistent and best hitter for the Giants over the last 3-4 weeks. 23 RBIs in the last 26 games. And coming into play tonight, he's the only Giant that had seen Kyle Wright, and that's 3 straight hits to the same spot, and the Giants have him loaded. So they're taking the day game approach, the road trip wrap-up approach, swinging the bat early in the count, and 3 straight hits on 3 straight pitches.
Yeah, just a curveball down in the zone. The other 2 were hit pretty hard. This kind of was just a rollover. Was able to hit that hole. Good news with the kind of the speed of Flores, Ruff, not blazing speed. They were able to keep it. And here with an older guy like Longoria, Chip, though, you're still a ground ball. You can get out of this inning. It's had 9 ground ball double plays in just under 80 innings.
So Kyle could use number 10 right here to keep the Giants off the board in the first inning. Longoria hits, and that's in for a strike. Longoria 3 for 11 in the series. He had right hand surgery and missed 30 games for the Giants. Again, this is a veteran club. That's a nice way of saying they're an older club. 3rd oldest roster in the big leagues. And sure enough, there's the ground ball. There's one. Gossel in the turn, rights out of it after 3 San Francisco singles. Just what the doctor ordered. No score after a half inning. Here come the Braves in game 4 of the series. First inning singles, but a double play takes them out of a scoring chance. Now it's the Braves' turn against Alex Wood. Different look atop the Toyota starting lineup for Brian Snitker today. Dansby Swanson first, Travis d'Arnaud second. Those two guys have been red hot. Marcell Ozuna, I still don't know how he got his hit in the ninth inning last night. And they're facing a familiar face, former Brave Alex Wood, who's 5-5 on the year and coming off a victory against the Pirates at the start of the road trip for San Francisco.
Watched Alex for years, faced him. I mean, he's going off deception. He's got that kind of funky windup. He's going to cut the fastball, sink it, slider, change up. It's a good guy to have the approach of up the middle to right center for these right-handed hitters and keep you off that off speed.
Boy, Dansby's been doing that all month, hasn't he?
Yep.
Dansby hitting .373 in the last 29 games. I mean, we're talking a month of brilliance for the Braves shortstop at the plate. And his homer in the ninth inning got the Braves comeback started as they're in their second walk-off. This ball launched toward left center field and deep. Dansby has left the yard. A leadoff home run for the Braves shortstop.
Well, second straight at bat now with a home run last night against McGee, the lefty. This one, Wood, the lefty. Well, you can see he was trying to kind of go on the away and crept right back over the middle of the plate. That ball was smoked.
11 homers for Dansby Swanson. A leadoff blast. What's the old saying? When one team loads the bases and doesn't score, the other team often does.
Think how fast that changed in the span of 3 pitches. You get a ground ball double play after 3 hits, and then you come up second pitch home run.
So the first career leadoff homer for Dansby Swanson, who I think is enjoying life at the top of this Atlanta batting order.
Right now you want him coming up all the time.
So his first career leadoff homer puts the Braves in front as Travis d'Arnaud swings and misses. That's a milestone strikeout for Alex Wood, the 1,000th of his major league career. And that ball will head to the trophy case. Congratulations to Alex, whose first strikeout was of Garrett Jones and the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2013 at Turner Field.
Talk about those 20 games the Braves have been the last 20, 17-3. Think about it, Chip. The Mets have gone 11-9 in June. It's not like they're scuffling big time, but the Braves have gained 6 games this month on the Mets.
And with 15 games head-to-head with New York, this race in the East is far from decided. Marcell Ozuna down a strike. 3-game hit streak for him.
Yeah, you circle, things as the season gets going like that. That 5 games in 4 days up there in New York in early August is going to be quite a game, quite a series. I mean,
1 ball, 1 strike. And Ozuna is hit with a breaking ball. He'll take first with 1 in and 1 out. And the Mets lost yesterday in Houston and lost Carlos Carrasco to injury. Their rotation has been ravaged by injury. And a kick save and a beauty for Marcell puts him at first.
The definition of a back foot slider, and it got him.
Here's Matt Olson, 2 homers, 6 RBIs in his last 2 games. Matt with 28 doubles, needs 1 double to tie the Atlanta record for doubles before the All-Star break. Think about that.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it.
Pretty good chance. Marcus Giles, Ozzie Albies, and Nick Markakis had 29 doubles in their respective seasons before the break. And this one hit in the air toward right, but right at Yastrzemski, who puts that away. Olson's retired, 2 outs, back to first Ozuna, and William Contreras is the batter.
Just off the end of the bat for Matt.
Another key in the game was Contreras' RBI hit, but let's not forget the advance on a fly ball and a stolen base. That all took place For the Braves, it was Ozuna that moved up, but Contreras with the steal.
Yeah, the steal for Contreras. So it was impressive. Two guys, you know. Talk about good base running. Marcell Contreras was able to win that game.
And the first pitch by William popped up right side. Darren Ruff will give way to Wilmer Flores, who puts that away, and that retires the side. The Braves begin the day with a bang. Dansby Swanson has homered in back-to-back at-bats. His first career leadoff homer stakes Kyle Wright to an early lead.
To Dansby Swanson, a leadoff home run, the first of his career, of course, hitting leadoff today as Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a scheduled day off. So this has nothing to do with any health concerns. This was in the works already, and he will get some time off his feet, as well as Austin Riley, who, after giving him the day, guys, he of course played those last 2 innings last night. They just felt like it would be nice to get him a couple days back to back, and then Adam Duvall needed a breather as well. But all three, Chip, as you kind of mentioned, are available off the bench, and I think staying cool right now because I don't see any of them in the dugout at the moment, as it is 100+ degrees down here.
Yeah, I don't blame him, Kel.
Yeah.
How's the weather down in the dugout pit?
It is toasty.
Yeah, nice.
Toasty, yeah.
Well, as Jeff said, follow his advice, and we always do. Stay hydrated down there, Kel.
Exactly.
Will do. Will do.
With water.
Oh, of course. Yeah, thanks.
What fun is that? Here's the pitch, and that got Estrada. Kyle Wright has one getaway, and Thairo will take first. Both pitchers have a hit batsman in the early going, and that's how the second starts for San Francisco.
Just kind of backed up on him. Ooh. Right on the hip. Yeah, this is probably the perfect day, though, Chip, when you think about like Ronald getting a day off before the Dodgers coming to town. Quick turnaround. It's hot as can be. You know, it's so different when you play here in Atlanta for those really the 2 months. You hit the end of June to the end of August. You've got to pick and choose and give these guys a break here and there.
And for the West Coast teams, this is a tough assignment. 4 days in upper 90s heat.
But then they know they're going home tomorrow and playing in high 60s in San Francisco.
With the Reds, Tigers, and White Sox coming to Oracle Park. That's on the slate for San Fran next. We've got the Dodgers this weekend, then head to Philly and Cincinnati to end June and start July. Tommy La Stella's had a nice series, 4 hits against the Braves. Chased that one off the plate, 0-2 the count.
Good changeup. What's La Stella we saw last night? You've really got to do a good job of mixing your pitches with him. Can't get in the pattern.
He's a double play candidate if you can get a ground ball from him. Coming off Achilles surgery, the pitch is fouled off the plate. And Tommy's still alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Kyle looking for his 8th win. He's 7th in the National League in strikeouts. He's now approaching 90 innings pitched. Just 62 hits coming into play today. And La Stella didn't offer on a close pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So fun to watch young players. Look, highly touted players. There's no escaping that. Kyle was the 5th overall pick in the draft and struggled in his early days as a major leaguer. But watching them take that next step, because truly the sky's the limit for this kid. And he's showing you how he can be at the peak of his powers. And Brian Snitker was very honest, Jeff, about Kyle just needing more time to figure out what he was and maybe what he wasn't last year at AAA.
Well, you know, he only had 150 2/3 minor league innings. Major league, sorry, innings coming in to this year. But I think he needed more time down there to, you know, kind of grow. And I thought that was the best thing last year, pitching every 5 days down there. And he was able to kind of build a routine. And then when he came up here, he was able to take advantage of it right away.
And evidence of the maturity from a baseball standpoint only for Kyle Wright was right away in the first inning of this game. First the pitch.
Well, there's a lot of guys, Chip, that come out of college, and you know, because they're in college, a lot of times people say, man, they're really close. And you can rush those guys to the big league sometimes. You know, there's very few kind of guys like David Price that, to me, come up right away from college and can have success up here. For him, he had to kind of work through things. I'm glad they kept him and let him get through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Smoked over second. That's another hit for La Stella, his 5th of the series, and Kyle in trouble again, 1st and 2nd. This time nobody out. It's got to be frustrating. Kyle's making good pitches, but they're whacking him. That's 4 hits already for the Giants today.
Yeah, that's one you can see he was trying to go away and it came back over the middle, but agreed. Just like kind of last time you talked about, a lot of singles.
Austin Slater is 2 for 5 in the series. Wright's gotten his 10th double play ball already. How about another one here in the 2nd? And in for a strike, says Bruce Dreckman, today's home plate umpire. We'll go easy on Bruce today. That's tough duty for the man behind the plate.
Yes. And I would imagine you're going to see a little bigger zone in a game like this.
1-0 Braves on a Dansby homer. And a good stop there. Evens up the count. Kyle Wright's never started against the Giants. He has faced them before in relief. Gave up 1 run in 1 inning. One ball, 1 strike. And Slater fought that off foul. It's a 1-2 count.
However, a lot of these righties, that was the pitch last night. We watched Charlie have a lot of success against, was that curveball. Got a lot of swing and misses, weak contact.
Yeah, I've said of Kyle, and I think others have said it too, he's kind of Charlie Morton 2.0.
He is. To me, a little more sink on the fastball than Charlie, but curveball is very similar.
But the question I have is, does that help or hurt Kyle to follow Charlie Morton the very next day as a Brave starter in the same series?
You always wonder that sometimes, and maybe could spread them out. But I do think that the fastballs are different enough that it's not the exact same look.
Guy.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Slater, then Casali, the Giants catcher. And now 26 pitches for Kyle Wright on this steamy day. We were treated to a great finish last night, and a marvelous game started by Charlie Morton and Carlos Rodon. They were brilliant. Both men with double-digit strikeout games. But in the battle of the bullpens, the Braves pen came out on top. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. 1-0 Braves have the lead. Right to Gosselin. He'll feed Dansby, steps on the pillow, and another double play. That's 11 for Kyle Wright. Estrada to third, 2 outs, and Curt Casali coming up.
Now, ground balls with this defense are your friend. And for the 2nd straight inning, Kyle Wright takes advantage of it.
Best news, he didn't touch that ball.
No, let it go. Good job by Phil. Gives a nice, easy look to Dansby. And that's, you know, it's a fast runner in Slater.
So Wright 1 out away from erasing a Giants threat in the 2nd. Casali 3 for his last 19. He's done a really good job with this Giants pitching staff. They didn't bring in Casali to be a big time hitter, although he has some power. Giants are 19-10 when this man starts behind the plate. Arcia hugging the line at third as Wright blazes that fastball in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Estrada hit by a pitch to start the inning. He's at third. And an inside out swing fouled away, and Wright has his man at his mercy here, 1-2.
And one more pitch here, and you get out of another inning where runners in scoring position in less than 2 outs.
Kyle works out of the stretch. The pitch wasted high. And now he's ready with his 2-2 offering. And Casale pops it up, but the wind's going to push that into the Truist Club seats. And a scramble for the souvenir, and a young fan from Roswell, Georgia, came away with that big league baseball.
Nice play.
Pitch number 33 for Wright. Hasn't dialed that one in quite yet. And that'll be the goal for both offenses. Try to wear down these starters that get into bullpens that have been used a lot and well in the first 3 games of this series. Kyle ready. Here comes the payoff. And it's smoked to center. Knuckling, and Harris can't get there. Casale with a 2-strike hit ties the game. Estrada comes home. They cash in the hit batsman. And we're tied 1 apiece.
Well, you know, during day games, Chip, sometimes it can be tough to recognize the ball off the bat in the glare. That ball had some hook, and it kind of caught Michael Harris. He had to wait a second out in center field, and then it started knuckling. You could tell, see how it kind of took a second for him to realize where that ball was going. Like I said, it's tough with the glare sometimes. And smart move by him. Let that ball bounce. You go try to make that play. It could be a triple or even touch them all.
So more pitches for Kyle. The Giants have tied the game. They cash in the hit batsman, and another curveball is off target. 1 ball, no strikes. Giants have stayed in every game in this series with good work with runners at second and third base. They have 9 hits with runners in scoring position so far in the set. And 1 by Casale earns him RBI number 14 and a tie game. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
1-0 changeup.
Pretty good pitch.
Wow.
Didn't get the call, though. And he hit the glove. Must have sounded like a ball for Bruce Dreckman. 2 balls and a strike. That got the ump on the way by. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tell you what, the Giants, as we said, this is a patient team. They make you work. Right off the mask of Dreckman. They've done a good job this entire series with 2-strike hitting. Already 3 2-strike hits in this game. And I'll bet you they're close to 10 2-strike hits in the series. Don't want another one of those here with Mike Yastrzemski, who was struck out to start the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here she comes. Almost hit him.
Really pulled that changeup, yanked it.
And on a hot day, Dr. No Halgalima, our fantastic stat man, tells us Kyle's about to make his 28th pitch here in the 2nd inning. One game. Casale will get a head start with a 3-2, and that's popped back toward us off to our left. And talk about a fan.
It landed in his lap and he never even saw it.
Not even paying attention. Fan from Decatur comes away with that pop fly. Sitting in his seats, just enjoying the game, talking to his buddy, and the ball
literally landed in his lap.
Never saw it. It's one of the best catches by a Decatur fan this year. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that will retire Yastrzemski and the Giants, who tie the game. A hit batsman gets things even. We head to the home second. 1-1 your score.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi, unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
A Braves homer from that man, Dansby Swanson, and a 2-out single by Kirk Casale. That's the offense. As we head to the second inning, we could use a couple hats like that up in the booth, huh?
Yeah, why not? Throw them on.
Umbrellas are out. Big sombreros. Campers are here.
Whatever you can do to keep yourself cool. This is the day where you'd rather be in the fourth deck than the first deck. One of the few.
It's one of the great features of Truist Park for the hot summer days. That exceptionally large roof provides a lot of shade for the vast majority of the customers here. And they are using it liberally as Alex Wood goes to work and misses to Orlando Arcia, leading off the Braves second. Arcia, Phil Gosselin, and Guillermo Heredia, the trio up in this tie game. What was the hottest game you played in? Can you remember one in particular that stands out?
God, man, some of those 12:35 in Cincinnati's during August and stuff.
2-1 pitch.
The worst is when you get done with the game like today on a travel day. The Braves, it's not bad, but like San Fran, you get out of the shower, no matter how much you try to cool your body down, you put a suit on and you just sweat. Then you're mad.
Dry cleaning's expensive these days for a big leaguer. The pitch is caught on and missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just think about how hot it was when AstroTurf was in play. As that's inside, ball 4, a leadoff walk. Good start for the Braves in the second. I mean, Terry Pendleton talked about it all the time. Playing
in St. Louis, yeah.
In St. Louis. It'd be so hot on the turf. He'd come in after a half inning, stick his feet in a bucket of ice water.
Cool him down.
Spikes and everything. Would go back out, take ground balls, and before the first pitch of the next half inning was thrown, his feet would be dry.
Oh, yeah.
And the old-time players would actually take cabbage leaves, believe it or not, soak them in water and put them under their hats. Try anything they could to stay cool. As Phil Gosselin looking for his first hit in his return with the Braves. He's 0 for 6 so far. He hits with a man aboard and nobody out. Do you like facing Alex?
You know what? I think I had some pretty good numbers against him. The big thing is to take away all that, you know, when the wind up, even from the stretch here, it's all herky-jerky. You know, Chip, you got to be able to just kind of lock in on where that ball comes out of his hand.
So deception is a big part of his
game.
And
absolutely.
He's got good stuff too.
No, he does, but that's exactly the kind of the herky-jerky sometimes can get you. You know, I think out in front in some of the off speed. So it's like I said, he's a perfect guy to try to shoot that ball up the middle on.
One thing we know about Alex, he works fast. That's appreciated by a defense. And the way I've described his delivery, Jeff, is he's going backwards while he's going forwards, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The left side's going back, the right side's going forward, and you're in between as a hitter.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, you know. He will pitch inside quite a bit. That ball he just wanted, you saw him kicking the dirt. That ball was supposed to be in off the plate.
One ball, 2 strikes. For Phil Gosselin. Who's got the start at second today? Arcia at third for Austin Riley. 1-1 game. The Braves hit a homer from Dansby, and that's off the plate. 2-2. Jeff, one of the many things I really love and appreciate about you as a partner, a friend, teammate, is your modesty.
Thank you.
You said you had pretty good success against Alex Wood. You know what your numbers were?
I don't.
This ball is off Longoria. Ricochets to short. Throw to first. Not in time. Gosselin's aboard. Everybody's safe. 2 on, nobody out. We'll see how this is scored.
Man, this ball was smoked right here. That'd be a tough error for me. And Gosselin, good job running hard, and Arcia into second because that ball went quick to the shortstop. This is a one-hop bowler. Almost got him still. Yeah, that's a hit.
So there's Phil's first hit back with the Braves. Tell you what, it can't be a fun infield to play. That Georgia clay, the hot summer sun baking it. So a chance for Atlanta with 2 on and nobody out. Guillermo Heredia is the hitter. Heredia 3 homers, 6 RBIs, limited playing time for him. He's got the start in right today. Your numbers against Alex Wood. Probably almost as good as your numbers were against Mark Gubicza, who's probably watching this game. Jeff Francoeur against Alex Wood, 7 for 15.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Thank you. It's a feel-good moment of the day.
Maybe the only one. The pitch is pulled foul.
But, you know, I had great numbers against Dontrelle. And the first time I ever faced Dontrelle, Chip, he gave me the hat trick on 3 pitches, or on 3 at-bats, 3 straight strikeouts. And I remember Chipper after the game we were talking about, and that's what he said. You have to lock in on where that ball comes out of his hand. All the herky-jerky motion, all that stuff. He's like, if you're looking at that, that's when you're going to get off balance. You're going to jump at the ball.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Because no matter what he does, at some point that ball's got to come out of the area that you're looking at. And I feel like that was a huge lesson for me, because you don't really have that with a lot of righties, you know, but you'll see that more with lefties. So
one ball, 2 strikes. Time called. Well, that advice certainly served you well against Dontrelle Willis. 11 career hits in 29 at-bats with 4 homers.
And again, that was with the hat trick the first time I faced him. But it's true. You learn stuff like that. And that's why, I mean, I hate to say it, having, you know, for some of these young hitters for the Braves, having a guy like Dansby that you can go to that has faced these guys now over and over, that was what was so great. You know, one thing basically just Chipper telling me made a huge difference against a pitcher.
Heredia putting up a good fight here. 3 sliders, a sinker, and a changeup in this sequence for the Braves right fielder. These are the kind of games that Bobby Cox did a great job managing the Braves. Snitker does the same thing too. Give the extra guys a chance to play on a day game.
It's a perfect time. They're pumped because they get a play, and you give the other guys a chance to rest their legs.
That's downstairs. It's a different game, obviously, with the DH. You don't have as many uses for your bench offensive players. But Bobby used to say, Jim Leyland said the same thing. Give these guys 4 at-bats because I might need them to pinch hit in a big spot 2 or 3 times in the week ahead.
Yep.
And BP and side work isn't the same as live competition. The pitch. Alex missing inside a lot early on. He's thrown 30 pitches now. Full count. Let's see how the Braves play it. Arcia and Gosselin, speedy base runners. Nobody out. It's a 3-2 count. Runners hold. The pitch is outside. Bases are loaded. Walk, infield hit, walk. Has it set up for Michael Harris. And the Braves kids center field sensation is going to bat in a big spot here in the second inning.
I'm trying to tell if Alex Wood was mad at himself on that pitch or thought maybe he had strike 3. But I think more than anything, Alex Wood knew by doing that now you got Harris and then Swanson coming up right after, who has been hot.
Well, Michael has hit the ball the other way an awful lot. He's been terrific. Already 13 RBIs, 11 extra base hits in June. But this will be a difficult challenge for the point you just mentioned. Funky delivery, sweeping slider.
Well, and they're
lefty versus lefty.
And Kelly talked about it last night, how much he was going the other way. And this is a perfect example. The shortstop's right behind the second base bag, and Longoria is halfway between second and third. So you have that whole way to stay on it and shoot it.
Nice stop, saved a run. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you trust your hands that Alex Wood tops out at what, 92 probably max, that if you get in a hurry you can foul it off, see another pitch, put it in play.
Isn't that something when we talk about a man throwing the ball 92 miles an hour, and that's just average in today's game? Stroked foul over the netting into the second deck toward the campers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alex was with the Braves from 2013 to 2015. Won 21 games, made 55 starts. One of the great moments was watching Alex's mom sobbing when he made his big league debut, won his first game. This one's lifted toward left.
You can see he's working it there. The last 2 pitches, Harris has tried to shoot that left side.
Alex grew up in Charlotte, went to Georgia, got to be drafted by the Braves in the 2nd round from the Bulldogs. LA, Cincinnati, and now San Francisco, his other big league stops. He's had a fine career and a world champion with the Dodgers back in 20. Bases loaded, nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smack toward left. That ball is deep. That ball's headed for the corner. That ball is foul. Just foul. They played Harris shallowly. If that had stayed fair, 3 runs would have scored. Let's see how close he came to kissing the chalk in the corner.
That had to be real close because the way Jock Peterson was going after it. Yeah, about 1.5 feet.
Great approach. Now do it again, but keep it fair.
And 381 in his young career with runners in scoring position.
2 walks and an infield hit for Atlanta in the inning. The pitch. Make him work. That away, kid. The more you see him, the more idea you have.
The more you get comfortable.
Alex Wood is about to throw his 27th pitch this inning. He hasn't retired a batter yet.
But he's frustrated with himself out there.
Well, he hasn't controlled the glove side of the strike zone this entire game to the right-hand hitters or the lefties. So the Giants with some concern as Alex Wood in some second inning trouble and a tie game. The 2-2 pitch. Braves are doing to Wood what the Giants have done to the Braves. He's gotten to 2 strikes on all 4 Atlanta hitters in the inning. Hasn't finished anybody off. Dansby on deck. Another 2-2 pitch. Base hit right field. Late break from second to third for Phil Gosselin, but what an at-bat for Michael Harris.
Wow.
Everything hit the other way. Then he turns on one and shoots it to right for a run-scoring single.
You said it best. The more you see him, the more you're going to get comfortable. And that's exactly what that was. He fought him off, fouled some tough pitches. And then Wood left that one right over the middle of the plate. That's exactly where you want that ball. And Gosselin, yeah, didn't get the best of jump, but with, as you see there, with the line drive, he kind of froze. But with no outs, he's not going anywhere anyways.
So, Jeff, during this great run of play for the Braves, they've won 17 of 20 games. What's really been noticeable has been the work at the bottom of this batting order for Brian Snitker.
Number 9 hitters, 43 RBIs, leads all of baseball in that spot, which you're getting that production. It's unbelievable. That's what, on the way home last night, Javier Lopez, a longtime Giants pitcher who's doing TV for them. We live in the same neighborhood. We were riding together. And he was talking about the Braves lineup last night and said what makes it so tough, Chip, is how deep it is. How they're able to 1 through 9 in the order hurt you at any moment. He said there's not a lot of teams that have that ability.
Well, they already have action beginning in their bullpen. Dansby Swanson is up. Braves lead 2-1. Swanson with a leadoff homer start of the day for the Braves. Here's where you really want a big inning. And Dansby just got hit after the mound meeting. A painful RBI, but he'll take it. Wood hits his second batter, and again, Jeff, glove side command for Alex Wood has not been there early on today.
No, he knows he has to pitch in, but that ball, I mean, that was at him the whole time, right on the foot. Like you said, although a little bit painful, it's a free ribby. And you got a chance, honestly, right here to really break this thing open.
So 2 RBI day for Swanson, who has 40 of those. d'Arnaud struck out his first time up. Most RBIs as a catcher in the major leagues. That honor owned by Travis d'Arnaud, who has 32 of them.
You can see they're already bringing the infield in.
On the ground, and that gets through the shortstop. That's going to score a couple of runs. Streaking to third is Swanson. d'Arnaud adds to that RBI total. It's a 4-run inning, still nobody out, and they're first and third, and the Braves are pulling away. It's 5-1.
It's funny, you bring the infield in, Chip, and if that's regular depth, that's probably a double play ball on Travis d'Arnaud. Instead, it's a single and 2 RBIs. Actually made a pretty good pitch, and Travis was a little bit out in front.
So Estrada couldn't handle the hopper at short. Now Casali is out for a mound meeting, and the Giants are pondering a pitching change here. Littell just got up a few pitches ago, but this action has happened so quickly. Not quite sure he's warmed up yet, even on a 94-degree humid day in Atlanta.
I agree. I think this is it.
And yes, indeed. The Giants manager is going to go take down Alex Wood, who has never lost a game at Truist Park in his big league career. He has given up 5 runs, 4 of them in this second inning when he failed to retire a hitter. And the Braves are in the oft-used Giant bullpen early in Game 4, trying to win this series against the Giants.
Brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there. And by NASCAR. Get your tickets online for NASCAR in Atlanta July 10th at AtlantaMotorspeedway.com.
Well, the Braves continue punishing left-handed starters. They're 17-7 against them this year and have won 12 out of 13 games. They chase Alex Wood early here in Game 4, and that work against southpaw pitching, Jeff Zaxby's indescribably good play.
This has been going on for years, and this really is without Ozzie on a couple of these games, who might be the best against left-handed starters. I also think it goes to show you, Chip, how good Rodon was last night and what he was able to do to this Braves lineup. And they came out today with a great approach off Alex Wood. And now they have knocked him out in the second inning with no outs.
The Giants have made now 12 pitching changes in this series. Their bullpen against the Braves has thrown 9 into third innings and has given up 8 earned runs. So they have not gotten much relief from their relief corps. Ozuna drives this ball to deep center. That should be plenty deep enough to bring home Dansby. Look at that ball carry. And d'Arnaud thought about tagging again on Slater, but he hustles that ball in quickly. Lesson learned. But a sacrifice fly for Ozuna. That's the first out of the inning. The Braves have scored 5 times here in the second.
Great situational hit. You know, your job right there is to get that guy in from third. You got a first pitch that you could handle, and you were able to put it out there and make the lead 6-1.
Matt Olson just missed his first time up. He flied out to right. Same thing here. Yastrzemski in right in front of the 375 sign, and Matt is the second out. And William Contreras will be the 9th man to hit in the inning.
Isn't that crazy how baseball is? What did Alex Wood throw? 35, 36 pitches this inning, got 0 outs. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
But the Braves have pulled away. It's a 6-1 score. Contreras popped out his first time up. Now Golima's looking it up, wondering if this is Alex Wood's shortest career start. 1+ inning. So it was not a happy homecoming for Alex to this point.
And a great point. He never could control that inner part of the plate to righties.
All the runs are his to this point. The pitch is cut on and missed by William. 0-2 the count. So Kyle Wright at the moment has a 5-run lead. He also has a nice long rest after he had to work hard in the second inning. And fouled away 0-2.
Yeah, look, you won't mind being down in the bottom. Probably got a big fan on him. Get some rest and come out now. Your team's giving you a 6-1 lead. Throw strikes.
The 0-2 pitch. Littell ahead in the count. 0-2. And that bounces up there. Boy, a long inning like this. Look at Jock Peterson. He tells you all you need to know. Look at the left side of the Giants infield. Everybody looking at the tops of their shoes, scratching the dirt. It's hot. They're down 5 runs, thinking about going home. On the ground to Estrada. He'll make the field and flip, and that will retire the side. Great inning for Atlanta. They played small ball and came up big. 2 singles, 2 walks, a hit batsman, a 2-run single, and a sac fly. 5 runs later, it's a 6-1 Braves lead.
Back out working with a 6-1 lead, and he's been grinding through the first couple frames. Told me coming into this start that really it's been the last 3 that he hasn't felt like he's had his best stuff, whether it's a command that's been just a little bit off or maybe he's missing a pitch, but he goes, I have found a way to make it work and just pitch a little bit deeper into the game. And really, if I'm just good enough, I can see this offense and this defense going to work for me. But he goes, that's where he feels like he's made the biggest jump this year, guys, because he's been able to now figure it out mechanically or basically go back to a pitch that he knows will get him back on track. But he goes, before, you know, this is where things would kind of tailspin for me. But this year, Whether it's been what he's worked on, Chip, we were talking about it, his mentality and being able to make that one pitch he really needs to get out of an inning, and then he comes down here and kind of talks it over with Cranny and gets himself back out there. But we'll see how he can do the rest of this afternoon, because I know he's trying to help his bullpen out here today.
Those are all great points, Kelly, and think how differently, Jeff, this game might have turned out. Bases loaded, 1 out in the first inning for the Giants, and Longoria is up. He gets an inning-ending double play. Giants didn't score, as this one is just out of reach of Dansby. Wilmer Flores has another hit. He's 2 for 2.
Well, and to go on what Kelly said, this is where you want to pound the zone. You want to save that bullpen. You got a big 3-game series with the Dodgers coming in. The team's giving you this lead. Now go make pitches and make outs. And Kyle's very capable of doing that.
The 3 singles the Giants got in the first inning came in the span of 3 pitches. Flores, Ruff, and Peterson all had base hits. Darren Ruff up for the second time. And that's an inside corner strike. There's a strike to Ruff. It's 0-2. 42 pitches for Alex Wood, and all 6 runs. 2 strikes for Ruff. Double play ball. Gosselin to Swanson. And that's 3 twin killings for Kyle Wright, pitcher's best friend. 3 double plays in 3 innings. Like that pace.
Well, and another great job of taking your glove away, letting it go to Phil Gosselin at second base. That's one way to save pitches. All kind of backed up on him a little bit, and Ruff did a pretty good job of trying to go the other way. But this time gets the 3rd double play ball. That makes 12 on the year now for Kyle Wright.
That's heady company for Kyle.
Yeah, 12-13, same thing, right?
Well, like they said in Spinal Tap, you know, just one more, turn it up one more to 13 for Kyle.
I wasn't counting the most recent one.
Right. Well, there you go.
And the people in the truck are on it.
They are. They keep us on our toes as this one is lifted toward right field. Heredia backs up and backpedals to the warning track. Kyle Wright, shutdown inning, home 3rd coming up. Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Atlanta chased Alex Wood after 1+ inning of 6-run ball. Kyle Wright is through 3 innings complete. He enjoys a 6-1 lead on a steamy day here in Atlanta. The Braves trying to get to 41-30 on the year. They start play 4.5 games behind the Mets in the East. Zach Littell back to work, and a swing and a miss for Orlando Arcia. We asked if this is the shortest outing for Alex Wood. It is, with an asterisk. He did make a start for the Braves in Colorado years ago, where he threw 2 pitches. Then it rained, and he was pulled out of that game.
So officially, no, but unofficially, yes.
Yeah, in a game where he recorded at least 1 out.
Yeah.
Today's was the shortest of his big league career. The previous low was an inning and 2/3. That ball is rocketed toward the gap in left center field. Slater over quickly, cuts it off, and Orlando Arcia just keeps on keeping on. He carries a 4-game hit streak into play tomorrow against the Dodgers.
Gotta love his approach right now at the plate. He's being patient, yet when something's in the zone over the plate, he's not missing it.
You know, we didn't see that from Orlando last year. Granted, he didn't get a lot of playing time. But Jeff, when he came to the plate, it was bail and wail and swing at everything but the kitchen sink.
And even earlier this year, remember, he didn't get in the bat for what, 8 or 9 games, hit that home run. His discipline on the strike zone this year has been a lot better.
Phil Gosselin got his first hit, and that buzzed the tower. 1 ball, no strikes. Phil made his major league debut with the Braves 9 years ago. Foul back. Knows how to play the game. Can play all the positions. Spent some time in the American League, most recently with the Angels. Braves picked him up, and he went to Gwinnett, hit almost 300 down there, and here he is. Good to have him back in the home whites with the tomahawk, as he's behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. And that's off to the right and out of play. Fan from Hahira, Georgia, made that catch. Probably friends with J.D. Drew.
Yeah.
One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. It's lifted to the right. Braves did an excellent job of wearing out Alex Wood. Saw that he didn't have great command, laid off those pitches, fought him off, and sent him to the showers early. Braves have 6 runs on 5 hits. Arcia at first. The pitch to Phil Gosselin is on the way. And it's tipped and caught for out number 1. Guillermo Heredia is the batter before he tries to advance Orlando Arcia. Let's enjoy a message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese. Remixed by Zaxby's.
This one popped up. Shallow center, and Slater is there quickly. 2 men are out.
You know, for Alex Wood, the 2 guys that I think he was most frustrated with today, Heredia coming back, walking him when he was ahead of him, and then the at-bat this man right here put against him, Michael Harris.
Yeah, 4 straight batters. He got to 2 strikes, couldn't finish him off.
He fouled off so many pitches off him and doing it the right way, trying to go to left field, and then he got a slider that hung over the middle of the plate and put a beautiful swing on it.
So Harris now 14 RBIs, facing a right-handed pitcher now, and a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. You know, when young players come up, you know, it's the old box of chocolates thing. You don't really know what you're going to get when they get to the show for the first time. You look at the minor league numbers, and they were certainly impressive for Michael, but so little time above A ball. That's obviously a concern. And on one hand, the Braves said, look, we just want Michael to come up and catch everything in center, stabilize the defense. He's done that, and anything he gives us offensively was a bonus.
Yeah.
Well,
he's done that and more.
He's turned out to be a lineup mainstay right now.
Oh yeah,
for the Braves. As he digs in 0-2. Yeah, I've asked you this question before, but for the fans who may not have heard it, jumping from Double-A to the big leagues, what was the biggest challenge for you and your group with the Baby Braves?
Well, I think the biggest thing is doing what he's able to do today after last night. He took the hat trick last night. You know, had some non-competitive at bats. That's going to happen. He came back out today and flipped the script, struck out there. But to me, that's the impressive thing.
Braves off to an impressive start through 3 innings. They enjoy a 6-1 lead at home. From a 107-win team last year, the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Wright off to a good start. He, Jeff, is our Coors Beating the Pressure feature.
He's had really good numbers against the NL West. You said not a start yet against San Fran until today. But so far, so good in 3 innings. 3 double plays for Kyle Wright today.
One of them from Evan Longoria. So Kyle Wright, courtesy of Coors Light, beating the pressure of Game 4 so far today. Trying to get to 8-4 on the season. Down and away strike, perfectly placed. Stevens up the count for the Giants third baseman Evan Longoria. Starting to get the feel of that breaking ball, which was problematic in the early going for Kyle. This will be the last time we see the Giants till September 12th, 13th, and 14th. When we wrap up our last Western road trip. That'll be a fun one. Oakland, Seattle, and San Francisco. In September, that'll be refreshing after all the heat of August.
Might even have to pack a jacket.
Wind blowing out toward the chop house today. The pitch is off the plate, 2-2. Now he's having some glove side trouble.
Yeah.
And a leadoff walk gets the fourth inning started. Nothing's come easy for Kyle in this game. That's 3 innings in a row the Giants leadoff batter has reached. But you get 3 double plays in 3 innings, you're going to stay out of trouble for the most part. But it is affecting the workload.
Yeah, you might as well not stop now. Make it 4.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I saw a game where a starter got 4 double plays.
Much less in the first 4 innings.
Yeah. Thairo Estrada, the batter, he got hit by a pitch and scored the lone Giants run. And a ground ball hit to shortstop. There's one. Got to turn it quick. Kyle Wright's got 4 of them.
Perfect.
Boy, I love it when they follow the script.
And we always talk about this great infield defense of the Braves, even without Ozzie at second base. And Austin out today, still very athletic. Good job by Dansby. Knows he's got time. Makes a good throw. Follows through for the 4th double play. Talk about saving pitches too.
Yeah. So we'll have to get Howell to the record book and find out most double plays turned in by a starter for the Braves or in a big league game.
Yeah.
He's on pace for 9 for 9. And that'll make Rick Kranitz's beard even grayer than it already is. Tommy LaStella with 2 outs takes a strike. A 5-run second, the big story for the Braves offensively. Dansby Swanson also led off the game with a home run, his first career leadoff blast. And Dansby's going to start the home 4th. We'll talk about his superlative run after Wright takes care of the Giants here. 2-2. Got to throw this guy a strike. Full count. Because he can do that.
Yeah. But like you said, make him put it in play.
Isn't it funny how you feel differently about an inning where a guy gets a hit as opposed to a walk?
Oh, yeah.
It's just astounding. As LaStella awaits another 3-2, pitch number 63. And he does put it in play and lines it right to Marcel, who handles that. And Kyle Wright, with 4 double plays in 4 innings, has a 5-run lead. big night last night. His last at bat in game 3, his first at bat in game 4. The exact same thing happened. A solo home run, one off Jake McGee, and then one off of Alex Wood today in the first inning. It gave the Braves their first run of 6 so far. And as we said, Dansby Swanson has the most hits in the major leagues of any player since May the 23rd. And Jeff, a much hotter start at shortstop for Dansby, as you see on our landmark player comparison.
Yeah, you see last season at this time 230. They end up with a pretty darn good season. What's crazy is, as you talked about this year, the month of April was tough on Dansby, but the last 6 weeks he's been as hot as anybody in the big leagues.
Love the approach, love the results, using right field, using center field, catching everything at shortstop. So a super run for Dansby Swanson, who has 2 runs, 2 RBIs, a home run today, and a 6-game hitting streak. The other thing I like about what the Braves are doing to the Giants, they're not looking past San Francisco, knowing the emotion that's ahead for us beginning tomorrow night with the LA Dodgers coming to town. Another fly ball hit high in the air toward left field. Peterson on the run to the warning track, to the wall and gone. A 2-homer day for Dansby Swanson. When you are hot, and he is that.
What a beautiful swing. 3 runs now, 3 RBIs. He was trying to go away. And how many times we watched Chip fastball in on Dansby? If you're going in, you better go in. 2nd homer of the day.
7th career multi-homer game, and the Braves add on, and now d'Arnaud's getting it on the fun. That's whacked into the left field corner, and Jock Peterson jogs over leisurely and makes the play as d'Arnaud in at second, as the Braves are continuing to pour it on. Homer double in the 4th inning for the Braves.
Almost same pitch. Dansby hit for a home run, trying to go away. Crept back over the middle of the plate.
The ball hit under the padding and died. As the Braves are frolicking on the base paths, the Giants are having absolutely no fun defensively in this game. They've been on the field all afternoon long.
Yeah.
So a 7-1 Braves lead. They've scored in each inning but the 3rd so far today. And this is one of the games for Zach Littell, who I'm sure the Giants are going to say, Zach, we don't care what the line looks like.
Give us some innings.
Every inning you give us, you'll be the team MVP.
Yeah.
For a long flight home back to the city by the bay. 0-2 count in the dirt. Wow, he got his hands through that ball, pulled it to the tarp. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, it's tough on a manager when you had a long bullpen game the other night, less than 30, basically 36 hours ago, and then you turn around today and your bullpen's going to have to cover 7 innings.
One ball, 2 strikes. And let's not forget, each major league team a pitcher short. They had to cut down from 14 to 13. These are the kind of games where managers will say, I really hate that rule.
Yeah.
Especially in the case of the Giants. The 1-2 pitch. Bounces up there. Casale is taking some punishment. We know what the Braves did against the sub 500 clubs they faced. Braves went 21-8 against the teams below 500 in a month-long scheduled stretch. As Ozuna chased one off the plate for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout for Littell. Well, look, the money's made when you play the winning teams, and right now Braves starting this stretch. 4 with the Giants, 3 with the Dodgers, 3 with the Phillies. 10 very important games, and they are more, Jeff, than holding their own.
Yes. Well, that was the thing. You know, you talk about the schedule being a little bit weaker, and you took advantage of that. But what you did was you got hot, Chip. Now you're kind of riding that momentum.
Matt Olson's played Pepper with Yastrzemski and Wright twice. He's 0 for 2. Well, that's why when things weren't going as well as we would have liked in April and May, nobody was pushing the proverbial panic button. They were disappointed.
Yep.
There was some concern, but again, the old security blanket of the back of the bubblegum card, I think, was in the back of everyone's minds that sooner or later this team was going to turn it on, and they did. They've shaved 6 games off the Mets divisional lead. They start play 4.5 games behind New York. As that's fouled away, 1 ball 2 strikes. The Metropolitans are idle today, so a win for the Braves gets them to within 4 of first place. 1 ball 2 strikes. I love Matthew Kaminsky. This song is illegal. That he was playing in the background for Matt Olson. 1 ball 2 strikes. Can't do it. Can't go there. It's going to be in my head the rest of the day. That's terrifying. The pitch. Another pop up to right. Yastrzemski moving toward right center. Slater joins him. There's the catch. d'Arnaud's going to tag. Here he comes. He will slide in safely at third. And there he'll stand with 2 out.
Matt Olson has 3 F9s today, and I mean, they have been high. All 3 of them.
So here's Contreras. William is 0 for 2. Braves have hit 2 homers in this game, both from Dansby Swanson, who's done exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. He scored 3 runs. The Braves have hit 46 home runs in June. This one on the ground to Estrada, and he'll make the peg to first in time, and that will retire the side. Another leadoff homer for Dansby Swanson, his 12th of the year, his 2nd of the day, his 3rd in his last 4 trips to the plate in this series. He's red hot. So are the Braves, who enjoy a 6-1 lead.
To the 5th, Braves with a 7-1 lead on a wicked hot afternoon. That's the best word I can come up with, guys, because these gentlemen in the dugout are doing absolutely everything they can to basically stay cool, stay hydrated. I've seen the towels coming out. Arcia's had one wrapped around his head along with Wash. They've got the water. I think Kyle Wright told me last night that he'd drink until he made himself sick, as far as water, that is, of course. And then this, the Braves hydration mix and the secret stuff, that is courtesy of Patrick O'Brien, the performance dietitian of the team, who is so kindly been named Bobby Boucher these days by his teammates, because he is doing a terrific job, okay, with different mixes that keeping guys hydrated.
Austin Slater, Kelly, with a home run right down the line at the pole. That cuts the lead to 7-2. Go ahead.
I was really hoping that wouldn't.
I want to know more about the secret stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the deal. It's a secret, guys, and I do know it. So depending on, how nice you are to me this season, I might be able to let you in on the secret, but I'm not allowed to tell you over the airwaves. But he is working hard with different combinations and formulas, and these guys, they swear by it down here. I'll tell you what.
I thought you were from the Midwest. Wicked hat.
Wicked hot.
Yeah, that's
Did
from
I say
Boston.
hat?
Isn't that a Boston saying? No.
I think that came. Oh, thank you. See, I'm actually getting the towel with the ice in it right now to put around my neck.
Oh,
These guys taking care of me down here.
Nice.
Yeah, the
Isn't
spirit
that
of ammonia
nice?
towel. That's
I know.
awesome.
But I did get a laugh at the poor gentleman who tried to. I'm not going to name the guy who stood right in front of the air conditioner though for like a good 3 minutes until two guys were like, "Can you move? I mean, the rest of us need some of this."
Look.
Who's wrapped up in front of
Who's
you?
wrapped up right there?
To your right.
Oh, that's Ronald Acuna Jr. down here. He's not going to miss what his team's doing out here. He looks good, right? Staying cool. And the sunglasses and no, but I don't know, Frenchie. I don't know how you guys did it. I mean,
I'll tell you what, the ammonia towels honestly is a saving grace for those guys out in the field. Every inning when they come in, I mean, you just put it around your neck and and a lot of times too, you would go down underneath the tunnel there, try to get some cooler air. That's hit toward right center. Harris readjusts, and that ball is to the center of the warning track. It's starting to fly now. I was going to say. One out. Even that ball Dansby hit the first home run, that one was smoke. The second one, kind of got up, and then of course Slater's home run. I mean, that pitch was up and in, and just kind of insided it out, and it just kept going.
So Kyle Wright, 69 pitches with one out in the fifth inning, up 7-2. And Yastrzemski, the hitter, he has struck out twice in his first two trips, 3 out of 13 so far in the series. And just think how tough it was to play back in the old days when the guys were wearing not the polyester double knit uniforms, but the wool flannels. On a hot day, as you said, in some of those river cities, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, St. Louis. And the sports medicine and the technology that exists now wasn't even invented. Guys would talk about eating salt tablets.
Yeah.
Just to try to keep electrolytes in them. So we'll see if Kelly can send some of that secret sauce up to the booth so we can give it a review. It's hot up here too. At Truist Park, 2 balls and a strike for Yastrzemski. Pushed him off the plate, 3-1. I think that's been the story of this game for both starters. Glove side.
Yeah.
Inaccuracy.
Yeah, for Kyle, what's been the biggest thing for him today? The 4 double plays.
That has been done before by a Brave starter. Williams Perez, remember him?
I do.
September 12th, got 4 double plays from the Mets in a game back in 2015. And Dakota Hudson's done it for the Cardinals this year. And Wright comes back to get Yastrzemski, who's got the hat trick. 3 swinging strikeouts, 2 away in the inning. And as tough as it is for an offense to pick up 4 double plays in 4 innings, nothing beats Joe Torre back in 1975, hitting 4 double plays himself in a single game.
Ouch.
One of the great lines of Joe Torre said when he was asked about it after the game, he said, "Well, I couldn't have done it without Felix Millan, who had 4 hits in front of base each and every time." That ball is hammered foul. Joe Torre, by the way. And Leo Mazzoni will be inducted into the Braves Hall of Fame later this summer. That's at the end of July. That'll be a special day here at the ballpark. Joe Torre, a great manager, as you know, with the Cardinals, Yankees, and with the Braves back in the early 80s. Terrific ambassador for Major League Baseball does great work with the Safe at Home Foundation off the field. Can't wait to catch up with him as Flores fouls it away. And how can you have a Hall of Fame for the Atlanta Braves without having Leo Mazzoni and all he did for the pitching staff?
Rock next to Bobby for years. Be good to see him out at the park.
Yeah, just hearing Leo's stories will be worth the price of admission to that star-studded gala. More details to come later on.
Got to tell Leo, remind him though, it's a family event.
That's true. Or you're going in the Hall of Fame, you might as well say what you want, right?
I guess you can. What do you always tell me up here? You can say anything once.
Once, exactly. The pitch is caught on and missed. Kyle Wright gives up the home run to Slater, but then strikes out 2 of the next 3 hitters. He's qualified for the win. The Braves looking good in Game 4. They enjoy a 7-2 lead. You join us here at Truist Park for the St. Louis Cardinals on July the 5th. That's a Tuesday night. It's WWE night. With the purchase of your WWE specialty ticket package, you'll get a game ticket and a one-of-a-kind WWE wrestling pillow of Brave superstar Austin Riley. Tickets are limited. Get them now before they're sold out at Braves.com/WWE. The Braves have come off the top rope and are trying to suplex the San Francisco Giants back to the West Coast with a series win. Harlan Garcia is on for his 22nd game. First time we've seen him pitch in this series.
He actually got off to an unbelievable start to not allow an earned run in his first 17 appearances this season, but now has allowed 5 earned in his last 4, giving up 3 home runs. 4-seam fastball, changeup, and then occasional slider.
So Garcia in the Braves' 5th inning will face Arcia, Gosselin, and Guillermo Heredia. Kyle Wright's look good. He's given up a couple of runs. He struck out 4. He scattered a few hits here and there, but the Braves have given him 7 runs of support. Arcia's walked, scored, singled so far in the game. Nice job by Zach Littell to get this game to the 5th inning for San Francisco. He went 3 innings of 3-hit, 1-run relief. And that really was relief for the Giants after Alex Wood lasted but an inning plus. Most of Garcia's good work has come in San Francisco. He has not given up an earned run on his home mound. He's pitched to a .587 ERA on the road. And that's out of play to the right side. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Can't wait to hear the crowd count for this one. The Braves started play today about 8,500 shy of 1.5 million in attendance.
I would think you're going to have 32 or so today, which is incredible, Chip, to be honest with you, because it's a good day to sit at home and listen to us, right?
Well, that's always a good idea, but if you can't stand that, come to the ballpark and watch the Braves play in person.
It's hot. It's great to see this many people out here today.
So what you guess, 32 even? What's your exact?
Yeah, I'll do 32 even today.
Well, you've changed. I'm going to go 34,696. That's my guess for the crowd. Get the Trucks bid in a moment as Garcia bobbles, but lobs it to first in time for out number 1. Arcia retired for the first time. Phil Gosselin coming up. The Truck is a collaborative effort when it comes to the attendance guests, so we'll wait on theirs. They say 33,420. Val, our great stage manager, her guess is 32,520. 32,520. I'm not going to ask Hal because he always gets it right. You don't like it when Hal wins. So those are your guesses so far.
Hal spends a while counting some of the areas.
He does. He does. He's got very good eyesight. But he's better on a medium cool day, not one as hot as this. The pitch. Creeps around the outside corner. It's an even count for Gosselin. We're going to have ginormous crowds all weekend long for the Dodgers. And you want to get here early tomorrow for the Freddie Freeman ceremony. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of wonderful memories, as there should be. There'll be a lot of tears. And hopefully a big ovation for Freddie, not just when he's on the field getting his World Series ring, but during the entire series. I think he deserves that. As this one is roped toward right, Yastrzemski retreats, still going back, and reaches up for out number 2. Good play. 2 up, 2 down. Guillermo Heredia, the hitter. First, a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
So you want to be here early. There'll be a long pregame ceremony, and we will have an hour-long Braves Live.
Yeah.
So if you can't get to the game and don't have tickets, make sure you join us for every moment of the pregame festivities.
I want him to experience everything. Have some emotion, enjoy it, get standing O, his first AB, and then get a hit and get booed.
Yeah.
Feel the whole thing, right?
Well, we want him to get a hit the first time he sees the Braves back in this ballpark, but not the kind of hit he got at Dodger Stadium.
No.
That was not as good as we hoped.
Give you a bloop single, and then we'll get a double play on the next ball.
There you go.
But it will be great seeing him back here in Atlanta.
And the Dodgers coming in hot. They're walloping the Reds today, 6-1. And Freddie, who's had kind of a pedestrian start to the season for the Dodgers, is beginning to heat up. And we'll show you some of Freddie's work today in a game break in just a bit. No balls, 2 strikes for Guillermo, who's walked and scored today. Hits are even 7 apiece. And that's off the plate. It's 1-2. Right down Peachtree, and that sends us to inning number 6. 7-2. Braves have the lead. In Cincinnati, and Freddie Freeman finally has his average above 300, and he's taken advantage of the Great American Small Park. He hits a 2-run homer, 427-footer, by the way. And we will be with you for the return of Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers. Our pregame coverage on Bally Sports Southeast starts at 6 o'clock Eastern Time with an extended Braves Live. Dodgers in a dogfight out west, neck and neck with the San Diego Padres. LA and the Padres are tied 4.5 games ahead of San Francisco. Out west, Bruce Dreckman in between innings got to go down in the Braves dugout or down by it. Got a little.
He got ammonia towel, I can promise you that.
Got some AC, cooled off a bit. That's the thing we forget. The umpires don't get a break between innings. They don't get to go sit down. They are out on that field baking in the North Georgia sun. And Kyle Wright with 4 strikeouts through 5 innings, trying to save the bullpen, and goes back to work. Darren Ruff will start and takes a strike. Mentioned last night for Darren, played overseas, went to Korea, and really rejuvenated his big league dream. Were you ever tempted to go over there toward the end? Did you ever think about it at all? I know you had young kids and the like. But
yeah, that was probably the biggest issue for me at that point, of not going over there. You know, but I've known a lot of guys that went and had a wonderful experience. They're treated great.
Little flare into shallow right center that's going to drop. Darren Ruff is a strong man. He's got a couple of hits like that in this series, and nothing's come easy for Kyle, but heck, he's already gotten 4 double plays behind him. Maybe another is forthcoming here.
You know, Andrew Jones went over there.
Yeah. Bob Horner.
Yep.
Among others. And certainly that, shall we say, bilateral trade commission that our sport has had with the players going to Asia and coming back. Think about Ohtani, Ichiro, and others. Well, it's been just awesome to see the continued internationalization of our game, not just in South America and the Caribbean, but Korea, Japan, Australia.
Well, one thing I think too, that for some guys that go over there, you know, it's a very big off-speed league, and so it helps them, you know, with the off-speed pitches, and you can hit a fastball, you can come back and put some numbers up.
Jock Peterson hits and scorches that off to the left and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. I would just love to go and spend a couple of weeks and watch the baseball culture just to see how differently the game is played. Obviously, how
ride the bullet train.
I've done that. That's fun. But just to see how the fans interact with the players. What the ballparks are like. What are their traditions? 1-1 count. Ow. Was Peterson hit? Yeah, he was. And Kyle Wright plunks his 3rd batter in this game. Again, it's the glove side command for Kyle Wright in this game. The Giants threatening 2 on again with nobody out.
Majority of the day we've seen him miss. He's missed down and in. That one up in the zone. Kind of like Darren Ruff last night, just a tip of that. Barely got it.
Here's Longoria hitting the first of 4 double plays for the Giants. 2 on, nobody out. It's a 7-2 game. And this one into left field, a base hit. And the Giants will have the bases loaded with nobody out. So all of a sudden the Braves bullpen is going to get busy. Wright has thrown 86 pitches. And look, 5 innings in this weather is, I'm sure, like 7 or 8 innings on a normal day. And Rick Kranitz is going to slowly make his way to the mound to give the Braves pen some time to loosen up. They just got up before Longoria got into the batter's box.
And while he talks, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, I'm Chip Carey, in between innings for Landmark More. Landmark's hitting it out of the park every day. That's why they're #1, because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Jesse Chavez is up. Looks like Dylan Lee has joined him. Don't want to give these guys any hope. You've got a 5-run lead. Thairo Estrada has been hit by a pitch. He scored, and he's also hit into a double play.
Yeah, make it 5, right?
That was buzzing in under his hand. Strike 1.
Swung at ball 1.
Estrada getting a lot of playing time because Brandon Crawford suffered a knee contusion earlier in this series. They took an MRI. Apparently Crawford's just a day-to-day prospect for San Francisco. You've got La Stella on deck. A Giant at every base. Strike 1. Ground ball. Might get 1 out of that, and the flip is to third. A force play brings home the 3rd San Francisco run. Smart play by Dansby to get the lead runner there.
Now your weight's taking you that way. You're going if the ball was hit at him, you had a chance for double play. You didn't. Now you keep 1st and 2nd.
So it's a 4-run lead for Atlanta. And La Stella's the batter. He's hit the ball sharply twice. He lined out to Marcell Ozuna to end the 4th inning last time up. Give Estrada his 29th RBI. He stands at first with 1 out. Don't want any back and forth in this one. That's how game 2 went. Giants won that one 12-10. Braves had a couple leads, couldn't hold them. Kyle Wright will stake to a 7-1 lead. It's now 7-3. I'm guessing, just a guess, as he's at 90 pitches, La Stella might be the final guy he faces. Let's see how it plays out.
I think if he's able to get this out right here, you'll see him get a chance to get
through 6.
Yeah, to get Slater.
Two on, one out. The pitch is lined toward left, and that is down and a fair ball. 1 run's going to score. The ball goes into the stands. That's a rule book double. And the Giants have them 2nd and 3rd, and all of a sudden we got a game. It's 7-4. Break for Atlanta there, that it bounced into the stands. Otherwise, Estrada probably would have scored on that play. And La Stella is the final man that Kyle Wright will face after the RBI double from Tommy La Stella.
Yeah, it just goes with it. You said good break. If that thing hits off the side, another run scores.
So Kyle Wright gets through 5 innings and a 3rd today. He surrendered 4 runs. The men aboard belong to him, but a fresh arm coming out of the Braves bullpen. It's Jesse Chavez.
Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
This was not an easy game for Kyle Wright. Weather, a pesky Giants offense, battled some command issues. 10 more hits, Jeff, in 5 1/3 innings, but he leaves with the lead. A game now scored 7-4 in favor of the Braves.
Now you got to get these outs right here. You'd even trade maybe a sac fly here and then get out of this thing at 7-5.
Austin Slater homered his last time up and is behind 0-1.
You know, even from the first inning, you know, Kyle gave up those 3 hits, Chip. And really for him, those double plays were what kept him with this big lead, and eventually it got to him.
The Braves relief corps has had an excellent month. 6 wins, a .234 earned run average. That ERA as a group has bounced up a bit as they've been dinged a time or 2 in this series. But look, 6-2 and 7 out of 10 in saves. Nothing to sneeze at for the Braves relievers. And today Jesse Chavez is the first man out of the chute. 0-2. And he gets Slater on 3 pitches. Boy, oh boy, Jesse throws strikes, 3 of them, in fact, for out number 2.
Wow.
Needed that.
Yes, they did. I think they're going to call Curt Casali back. Great cutter. You see it going away off the plate. I think they're going to try to put Brandon Belt in here and give him a chance.
Yep. So Belt for Casali. Again, the Giants, as we've talked about all series long, they are very much a platoon team, or a matchup team might be the better way of putting it.
Yeah.
And when they get a matchup they feel is favorable, they are not afraid to go to their extra men. And Brandon Belt is 0 for 8 against Jesse Chavez.
To Jimmy, here's today's attendance: 36,870. 36870.
And Jesse misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The official attendance today, 36,870. You guys were way off. 4 great crowds here in Atlanta. Braves over 1.5 million in attendance. On pace to draw 3 million fans. We have not yet played 40 home games. Shift on for Belt. 2 balls, no strikes. And ball 3. Mike Yastrzemski, the happiest man in the ballpark that Kyle Wright's no longer in the game. He struck out 3 times against Kyle. He waits on deck.
Now, I imagine Belt here on 3-0 is going to have the green light, so you got to make a quality pitch.
Oh, ball 4. Belt wasn't sure about that. So the Giants again have the bases loaded. We've seen worse called a strike.
Well, I think the confusing thing there is the pitch before was the same on the inner half. So you're thinking you get one, maybe not both, but Jesse got neither.
So Mike Yastrzemski represents the go-ahead run. No place to put him. There's a strike. Yastrzemski homered here last night. And he has struck out 5 times in a row in the series. The 0-1 pitch. Just missed. That's been one of the issues for the Giants. They're staying in these games because their starting pitching has been so good. This has not been a offensive juggernaut in recent days. Yastrzemski 3 for his last 27. Flores 7 hits in his last 46 at bats. And at times it has been a struggle, but as we all know from.
Well, they've had some opportunities.
Well, yeah.
You go back to that first game. Bases loaded a couple times, weren't able to do anything with it. Scored 1 run.
1 for 8 with Risp in game 1. That was the first walk-off of the series for the Braves. Second one came last night. And now Jesse a strike away from preserving this lead. It's 7-4 Braves. And he delivers. Did he go? He did. Yastrzemski has struck out 4 times in this game, 6 times in a row, and the Giants can only score twice. Braves still maintain the lead. Time to add on in the home 6th inning. Michael Harris will lead off.
By 3, Michael Harris leading things off. Of course, the RBI single there in the 2nd inning, and he's just been impressing teammates, coaches since the day he really got the call. And in speaking with Matt Olson earlier this week, he said, you know, as another lefty in the lineup, he goes, I remember being that rookie in Oakland and having veteran guys, lefties, that were able to kind of help me. I mean, as much as you can help a guy from the opposite side of the plate, guys are just going to attack you differently as a lefty than a righty. And he mentioned Lowry, Joyce, and Vogt, but he said, so when they're in the lineup, you really want to try and share things with them, especially if he said, I've seen this guy, you know, I'm going to mention a few things and just try to help him along with that learning curve. But he goes, he also hasn't minded coming up and asking him questions, guys, which I think for a 21-year-old speaks volumes to the confidence he has to know to go to a guy that's got the experience like Matt Olson does and just kind of feel him out. And so I like to hear that that was going on, and we just see Michael Harris doing something new, it seems like, every day, right? Impressing these guys.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt, Kelly. I mean, his actions are certainly showing that that education he's getting from his teammates is paying off.
Well, and you love when a guy's coachable.
Yeah.
Guy wants to know. You know, he's sitting here asking these veterans certain situations, certain things to do. You know, sometimes you see young kids come up, think they got all the answers. It's great to see how he's handling it.
I love his approach against lefties. I mean, he's putting the ball in play with great frequency for Atlanta. And look, as you look at the schedule, we're going to see another tough lefty tomorrow night. Urias for the Dodgers. Hopefully these at-bats for Michael will serve him well when we start the series against L.A. Michael's hitting .333 this year against left-handed pitching. Really impressive kid. And he's done that a lot too. He gets 2 strikes and fights and fights and fights, as he did last night and as he did earlier today.
Yeah. Saw a bunch of pitches, and eventually you keep doing that, guy's going to make a mistake at some point.
Well, let's add on a few runs here. The Giants have made it a 3-run game. A little closer than we'd like. 9-1-2 on the lineup coming up. And Harris fouls that away. Almost picked off Dansby in the on-deck circle. Braves are trying to go 12-9 against the National League West. A lot of that damage done in the first ever Atlanta sweep of a 4-game series at Coors Field, which happened a couple of road trips ago. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Good take. Now see, that's a good example. Young kid trying to make an impression, trying to do too much, might swing at that pitch. By and large, he's laid off. Don't know how this at bat's going to turn out.
Yeah, but you do that enough, you're going to give yourself a chance to be successful.
Marlon Garcia out for his 2nd inning of work. Lifted left side and out of play.
Right, same thing he did with Alex Wood in that 2nd inning. Started to shoot balls down that line and then got a hanging slider and pulled the hands through nicely.
There is 5 hits in the series. 11 extra base hits in June. 8 multi-hit games this month. Rolled over this one though, and he'll be thrown out by Wilmer Flores for out number 1. Perfect day for Dansby Swanson. Let's check it out, Jeff. Our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud.
Yeah, started off the game right away in the 1st inning, just under 107. That was a line shot. More to just left the center, and then the next one got up in the air, 398, just over 101 for his 7th multi-home run in his career.
So Dansby has a 6-game hitting streak with 3 homers in that stretch. Wind blowing toward the left field corner as that one breaks low. 1 ball, no strikes. Good pitch from Garcia. Dansby fooled by that changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves have 17 wins this month. 21 wins is their best June ever. That happened in 2002. They've got a great shot at it. But more tough opponents. The Dodgers and Phillies stand in the way in the final week. And then we're into July. 1-2. Hope you'll make your plans to join us in July here at Truist Park. 4th of July celebration. We'll have the St. Louis Cardinals in town for a 4-game series. That's important in another aspect. Adam Wainwright, Yadier Molina, and Albert Pujols. 3 potential Hall of Fame players for St. Louis will be making perhaps their final visit to Atlanta. Then we'll have the Nationals and the Mets on July 11th, 12th, and 13th. Then we get to the All-Star break on July the 18th, and then host the Angels on July 22nd, a 3-game series. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. So the home schedule in July is awesome. Scorched to short and past Estrada into left field. That one triple digits off the bat.
Keep a perfect day going. 3 for 3 now.
Travis d'Arnaud's had a great day. He's got 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Only Wilson Contreras and Salvi Perez have more homers as a catcher than Travis d'Arnaud, who has 10 of them. Number 11 right here would be nice. Braves lead is 7-4. Instead, he shoots that into the left field corner, down for a hit. Dansby around second, on his way to third. Wash is going to hold him up as Peterson, a good job to get to the ball quickly. But it's a 3-hit day for d'Arnaud, 2 doubles, and here come the Braves, second and third, 1 out.
And right back at it. Talk about production from the 1-2 spots today. d'Arnaud gets pitched right down the middle, turns on it.
I'd say 6 for 7.
Yeah, pretty good.
3 runs and 5 RBIs is pretty good. Ozuna with a sac fly in the second inning. That came against Zach Littell, the first pitch he saw, I believe. And Ozuna with 29 RBIs will try to get a run back here. Austin Wynns out for a reminder. That cost the Giants a precious mound visit as the San Francisco defense creeps in on the infield grass.
I wonder if they were going to try to maybe walk him with the lefty on deck, but we also know that Matt Olson has hit lefties at a great clip too.
In the dirt, Ozuna didn't chase it. So a pair of former Marlins squaring off in the 6th inning. Braves are trying to even their record this year against clubs at or above 500 on the season. Braves are 14-15 right now against those teams. And lead 7-4 against the Giants. Maybe they're pitching around Ozuna to see if he'll get himself out.
I thought maybe they'd take a chance, and now thought you might see him put him on, but they're still going to see if they can get him to chase something.
Oh, what a rip.
Yeah.
Garcia got away with a pitch there, and Ozuna pacing and muttering to himself he'd like to have that one back. The 2-1. Garcia's back in the count now. It's 2-2. Ozuna, key man in the inning with 1 out, second and third. Braves have done a good job of getting these guys in with contact during this impressive June. And as we've seen with Marcell the last couple of days, if you throw him a ball ankle high, he'll hit a 1-iron someplace. Let's see what Garcia does with a 2-2 count.
Good eye. It's always tough because you want to be ready. You got to be, you know, it's 3-2, but at the same time, you got to be aware of the situation.
At the very least, Ozuna could be part of a bases loaded scenario with a 3-2 count. The pitch. Cue shot is spinning foul at first.
To the changeup. It's really only given Marcell 1 fastball this at bat to hit the 4th pitch.
Can you blame him?
No, and that's why I said it's one of those things. As a hitter, though, it's tough because you do have to respect the fact that he's got 95 still, but in the back of your mind, Chip, you probably know you're getting something off speed.
.34 pitches for Garcia. Here's the next. And the bases are loaded. Great at bat by Ozuna. You know, he wanted to drive in 2 runs. But that's another thing the Braves have done so well. They have passed the baton. And now Matt Olson heads to the batter's box as our Stats with Lowe's featured today.
That's been on a nice hot streak. Talked about in Chicago how he really worked with his hands and his load. And it's paid off there, and then paid off so far in these first 4 games of the series.
Olsen 19 ribbies against left-handed pitching. That is second in the major leagues by left-hand hitters. He's hit the ball in the air to right 3 times in this game. Another one of those would be enough to score Dansby if it's hit with depth. Right now, he's in the driver's seat, ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Yanked foul past EY at first.
So funny with Matt. Really seen this whole series. I don't see from a lot of other teams. They've really squeezed the gaps on him. Give him both the left field line and the right field line.
We've seen Matt hit the ball down the line to left a time or two. Do that.
Second home run the other night was right down the right field line.
Might get 3 runs out of it. The pitch. Oh, that was close. Good eye by Olsen. Who, as you know, is a very patient and powerful hitter.
This count he usually likes to go on here, 427 in his career.
Two balls and a strike. And he swung at ball 3. And now it's 2-2. Olsen entered play today 4th in our league in walks. Any guesses as to who's number 1?
Juan Soto?
Yep. By a good margin. He's walked 57 times. So now the deuce is wild for Matt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt with 6 RBIs in the last 2 games. Wants contact here. The pitch. Oh, they ring him up. Olsen is out on a check swing strikeout. Pat Hoberg rings him up. We'll have to take a look at the side angle of this one. Yeah, he went. So a big strikeout. Bases are loaded, 2 away, and Contreras the batter. Williams been a good 2-out, 2-strike hitter for the Braves. Need a lift here. Bases loaded with 1 out. Now they're 2 out and still a 7-4 score. Contreras 5 RBIs with scoring position and 2 outs this year. He's hit 1 homer. Let's see him put it in play here. Ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. But if Garcia doesn't throw him a strike, he won't have to.
Yeah, good eye. I will tell you this, one thing that has impressed me with Contreras this year is when he gets in hitters counts like this, he is looking for that fastball out over the zone, and majority of the time if he doesn't get that pitch, he lays off.
Called a strike at the plate. 2-1 the count. This guy's throwing a lot of sliders and changeups. Right now the Braves having a little trouble timing it. Swanson, d'Arnaud, and Ozuna, your runners with 2 outs. The pitch. Way high. Now Contreras is in the driver's seat.
I mean, now think about it. He's throwing you 4 pitches, and not one of them's really been close to the zone. So if you're Contreras here, you can be very particular about where you want this pitch. If not, get a free RBI.
There are your Braves base runners. Big sigh from Harlan Garcia. William pondering the possibilities here. Giants have been on their feet all day. The pitch is chopped foul, and now the merry-go-round will start. Everybody will get a big lead and take off with a full count pitch. Big moment in game 4 of this series. The bases are loaded. 2 are out. And Contreras ready with a 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Estrada at shortstop says he's got it, and he does, and a chance to extend the lead slips through the fingers of the Braves in the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. It's 7-4 Atlanta. You'll take a peek at the MLB Ballpark app. It'll complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Four great games at Truist Park. The Braves have won 2 of the first 3. Jesse Chavez back out. He'll try to get the Braves through 7 with this 3-run lead. He'll face Flores, Ruff, and Jock Peterson. Those are the first 3 hitters scheduled. Braves bullpen is busy again. Looks like Dylan Lee is still throwing. You see how Jesse fares with Wilmer Flores, who's got 2 singles. Strikeout, walk, strikeout was the workload for Jesse in the 6th inning. How about a clean 1-2-3 inning? Braves don't have one of those yet today.
Jesse did a great job last inning coming in, bookend strikeouts with a walk in the middle to get out of a jam of 2nd and 3rd and 1 out.
The Giants have put the leadoff man on in the last 5 innings. That's a tough way to try to win a big league game. But 4 double plays were turned in by Kyle Wright. He was in line to win this one. And Jesse, a strike thrower, gets ahead of Wilmer quickly. 0-2. One-two pitch. Flores pops it up. Olson says he's got it. And he does. There's a good start to the inning. Finally, the Giants leadoff man is taken care of for the first time since the 1st inning.
Yeah, make it easy on yourself, right? Good job by Jesse.
Here's Ruff. He's got 2 hits and a run scored. Hope you'll stick around with us after this half inning for the stretch, as always presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabara is our hostess today. Peter Moylan, Nick Green are alongside. They'll talk about the big day for the Vandy boys. Dansby Swanson at short, Kyle Wright on the mound. (7-4) Braves lead at game 4, trying to go 18-3 in their last 21 games. Cutter after cutter after cutter from Jesse Chavez.
And probably a good guy to come in after seeing Kyle Wright's 95-96 on that big looping curve. All of a sudden you get kind of just a 90-mile-per-hour cutter. Something very different for these hitters to deal with.
Struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Jesse Chavez. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th inning. That really is an art form. I don't think that's talked about enough. You see a collection of relief pitchers, and fans will say, well, a manager needs to just push button this guy, this guy, this guy. It is about matchups and looks and angles and stuff.
Well, setting him up, giving him the best opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's something Jesse, look, if you're going to throw 90 miles per hour, you have to have what he has. You got to have movement. You got to be able to hit spots. And for him, you saw that whole at bat just kept working him farther off the plate.
Jock Peterson has singled and has been hit by a pitch. And I say this with ultimate respect. If you're throwing 90 or 91 in today's game, you have to have utter fearlessness on the mound.
For sure.
Hitters locked in at 96, 97. And look at that. Right off the end of the bat, Jesse Chavez, great work. The first perfect 1-2-3 inning of this game for the Braves, who lead 7-4. LJ, time for the stretch. Take it away.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome into the Stretch, presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabbar here with Nick Green, Peter Moylan. The Braves are looking to take the third straight game of this 4-game series against the Giants. Kyle Wright not having his best performance tonight, but he gives them a chance to win, and Dansby Swanson continues with his hot offense.
Yeah, uncharacteristic by Kyle today. He's somehow having real trouble with the leadoff hitters, but you know what? The best medicine for not having the leadoff hitters get out is ground ball double plays.
Have good
and
defense
we
behind
have
you.
seen a guy today get a masterclass in double plays from Kyle Wright. This is what you do when you're struggling. You've got to keep the ball down. You've got to be able to give your defense a chance to help you out. If you're not locating your pitches, rely on the other 9 guys out there, and he did a great job today, Nick.
Yeah, Dansby Swanson just keeps on rolling. When you see what he's done in the month of June, it's just absolute success all month long. The home run ball is back in play for him, and he's just swinging such a hot bat. The confidence is sky high right now. Third 3-hit game of the month. This dude is absolutely raking.
4 double plays turned in by Kyle Wright and Dansby Swanson in the month of June. .376 batting average, 6 home runs, 17 RBI. Pretty incredible. We'll get you back to some more Braves baseball, but first, a word from our friends at Synovus.
Get going. Get after it. Get momentum. Then, get more of it. Wherever potential leads you next, get there with a bank you trust.
7-4 Atlanta as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. LJ, Nick, Peter, great job with the stretch. Atlanta tries to add on. They will see the 4th San Francisco pitcher of this game as we feast our eyes on left-hander Sam Long.
The old lefty, 4-seam fastball, change-up, and a pretty good curveball.
Called back up from the minor leagues on June the 7th.
One of those opposite guys. Right-handers are just hitting 129 off them, Chip, while lefties are 455.
30 balls, 61 strikes, a total of 91.
Everybody needs to cool down today. George Poulos and his athletic training staff doing what they can to keep guys as fresh as possible. As the pride of Fair Oaks, California, Sam Long is on to pitch and delivers a strike to Arcia. In the air to right, but right at Yastrzemski, and with 2 pitches, Long gets out number 1, and that brings up Phil Gosselin. Fans, the Braves are hosting 12 youth softball clinics in Metro Atlanta this summer. Those clinics include 2 days of instruction, official jerseys and hats, and a 50% off ticket offer. And the softball clinic is perfect for kids age 6 through 12. Elite coaches and collegiate players will instruct with special appearances from Braves alumni. Register your child at braves.com/clinics. That shot to right by Gosselin, who has a 2-hit day.
Yeah, good job. We talked about how he was good numbers against right-handed pitching. This is exactly what you do. You shoot him the other way, make it easier on yourself.
So another 10-hit day for the Braves. And you're almost surprised right now, Jeff, when you see a game where the Braves don't have 7, 8, or 9 hits.
Yeah.
As it's flowing top to bottom. And again, this is a day where Riley, Acuna, and Duvall were not in the starting lineup. Oh, and a fan off to our right had a chance of a lifetime and dropped that pop fly. Fan from Gainesville, Florida. Sad to see. Gator armed it. No balls and a strike for Heredia with Gosselin at first. And that one is dumped toward left field. Jock Peterson coming on and makes a terrific sliding catch. Thought about throwing back to first, but lost his footing. And that is out number 2. I think Jock might have been talking to Eric Young, who was giving him some grief on that slide.
I think he was trying to throw him out at first base. Saw Gosselin kind of go off the bag some. Yeah, you see, he was trying to get up quick and let it eat.
He slapped him. That's great. Here's Harris. Michael has a hit, a run, and an RBI, and in for a strike. Game needs more players like Jock Peterson. He enjoys it. You know exactly what he's feeling. Where's those emotions on the uniform he's wearing? And he's probably en route to being an all-star. If I read correctly, I think Peterson was at or near the top of the outfielders vote for the all-star game. Which will be at Dodger Stadium. And since he's a Giant, they'll boo him. The 0-2 pitch for Harris. And a swing and a miss. Sammy Long, nice work. Gives up a hit, nothing else, as this game moves to the 8th.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Car Shield. Car Shield cars go further.
Braves continue their red hot work at the plate on a day where the heat index is over 100. It's 101 at the moment. Will Smith is coming in to pitch the 8th inning for the Braves. He'll face Evan Longoria, Thairo Estrada, and Tommy La Stella. The Braves have a 3-run lead. And Will's on a nice roll in relief for the Braves.
Yeah, had the big night on Monday night coming in after Max Fried got the bases loaded and only gave up 1 run, kept that game at 1-1, and gave Arcia the chance to win it in the 9th.
Floats that into Evan Longoria, and the top of the 8th is underway. Longoria is hit into a double play, singled and scored, and has been plunked by a pitch. And a line drive is hooked into left field. Another leadoff man on for the Giants. So in 6 of the 8 innings, they've put the first batter on. So here we go again. San Francisco with 11 hits. It would be tempting. Well, they were down 7-1, 6-1. They could have just said, let's go back home. They're not going quietly. That's a lot to be proud of in this date.
I mean, I got 11 hits on the day, so.
Estrada has an RBI. He's hitless, but he's also been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Braves have turned 4 double plays. And there's a fastball for a strike. Talked about the players. We talked about the umpires and the tough working conditions they have faced today. Got to give a ton of credit to our Bally Sports camera crew and the audio crew, technical folks. Those terrific camera folks get no relief either from the heat.
You know, they're right in the sun for most of the game today.
As we said, there is a breeze, but stand in front of your hairdryer for 3 hours and see how fun that is.
Right.
So great job, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully some blessed weather relief is on the way before game 1 with the Dodgers. The pitch. He is poked out of play, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just made that play. The 1-2 is hit in the air, left center field. Another 2-strike hit, and the Giants are going to bring the tying run to the plate. I've lost track of how many 2-strike hits they have in these 4 games, but it's an alarmingly high total. They're not going away.
He just pulled his hands in, and he didn't hit it hard, but was able to drop in that left center. Aaron, you agreed, this team's fighting right now. Got to make some quality pitches and get some outs here.
And this man's been a tough out for the Braves. Tommy La Stella, 6 hits in the series. But a double play candidate if you can get the ball on the ground. Pitch slings in for a strike. Longoria and Estrada are the runners. Longoria not the fastest afoot, nor is La Stella. And down and away evens the count. The middle part of this lineup for the Giants has given the Braves the most trouble today. The pitch in the air to center. Michael is right there, retreats a step or two. That won't advance the runners. Lefty-lefty matchup favored Will Smith there. 1 out, and we're a double play ball away from getting out of the inning. No advance.
Yeah, huge. Keep the runners at first and second.
Austin Slater is up. He's homered today. That came in the 5th inning off Kyle Wright. Somehow he kept the ball fair right into the bushes at the foul pole down the right field line.
I have no idea how and how the ball went that far, but it did.
Two on, 1 out, 3-run game. And now Smith ahead of Slater. 0-2. Kyle Wright in line to win it. Alex Wood would be the loser. Giants with 12 hits. 4 of them have come with 2 strikes in this game. Bunch of them last night. A whole host of them in the late innings of game 2 of the series. So Will, don't make a 2-strike mistake here with 2 on, 1 out. And yanked foul. That was close. 0-2. He's changing speeds with that slider. It's been from 79 to 82 miles an hour. Hasn't thrown a heater to Slater yet. Another 0-2. There's a fastball, and it's whacked toward right. That ball is off the wall. And they're going to wave the runner around third. Longoria. The throw dribbles in toward third base. And another 2-strike hit for the Giants, this time by Slater off the wall. Their 5th 2-strike hit of the game, and it's a 7-5 score. So Will did throw him a fastball, and Slater timed it perfectly.
Well, fastball too, but you got to talk about location. That pitch was out over the plate. Slater did a good job of just pulling the hands in, knowing the ball's carrying the way it is today.
So Smith in some trouble. 3 hits in the inning, and Austin Wynns the batter. Wynns had a career game here the other night. 3 hits, 4 RBIs, and a home run. He represents the go-ahead run in the 8th inning. Catcher in the box. No real shift for Atlanta. Double play gets you out of the inning. The Giants have wrapped into 4 of them today. Will's thrown 15 pitches, 12 of them strikes, but 3 of them have counted for hits. And 1 run so far in the inning. It's a 7-5 score. 13 hits for the Giants now. As he checks the runner at second, the pitch is bounced foul. Here we go. He's ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here you either got to get that ball a little more down and back foot to get a swing and miss, Chip, or if you do go fastball, it's got to be up above the letters or off the plate.
Big lefty ready. Here it comes. Got him to chase it. Swing and a miss. Wins down on a slider. And that's out number 2 in the 8th inning. And back to the top in Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Now there you go. Went a little lower than you did last time to get the swing and miss to get that big second out. And now this is where you got to be careful. You got a guy coming up for the 5th time and he struck out 4 runs. So as you can imagine, what do you think he's going to be, Chip? Swinging early.
Yep.
Last thing you want to do is strike out 5 times. So got to be careful.
And dating back to game 3 of the series, he has struck out in his last 6 trips to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. And Will tested that theory.
Yeah, exactly. Fastball away.
Missed outside, ball 1. Braves will have the top of the order coming up in the 8th inning. Yastrzemski's the number 1 hitter on the lineup card for the Giants today. The pitch. High fly ball, right center field. Harris slowing. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch, and that retires the side. The Giants get a run on 3 hits, but the Braves still lead it. 7-5 your score. Extend a 7-5 lead. The 1-2 guys have been awesome today. Let's check it out with the best coverage in the game, our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Yeah, they have for sure 6 hits combined between the 2 of them. 2 home runs for Dansby, 2 doubles for Travis d'Arnaud. They've really, from the first at bat of the game, put pressure on this team. Boy, it sure would be nice to get at least 1 run tack on. They've had a couple opportunities that have not been able to take advantage.
Yeah, both teams have missed out on several scoring chances in what's been a high scoring game. Both the Braves and Giants have left 8 on base. Dansby hasn't left anybody on base. He's reached 4 times, 2 homers, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. So what's better than a 2-homer game?
A 3.
There you go. Great series, 7 hits. And all of a sudden, Dansby Swanson's average is over 300. You know what Dansby was hitting a month ago?
I'd say probably 240, 250.
229.
Man.
So from 229 to 303 in a calendar month. Swing and a shot hammered down the line and into the seats. Last 5 trips to the plate, 3 homers, a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. And he's going so good, even when he got hit by a pitch, he picked up an RBI.
An RBI, yeah, right.
That's down the right field line, but it's going to be caught. Yastrzemski glides over and makes the play and ends Dansby's perfect day. But again, Jeff, line to line and hitting the ball hard.
Yep. Gets 2 strikes, goes the other way with it, and they just happen to be playing right where he hit it.
Here's d'Arnaud. He's 3 for his last 3. A 2-run single in the 2nd, doubles in the 4th and 6th. You know what's better than a 2-double day?
3 doubles. Your typical day.
Swing and a miss. Don't judge me. 0-1 the count for the Braves catcher. This one hit toward right center. Slater going back. That carries to the edge of the track. There's out number 2. Ozuna coming up, but first a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Ozuna's got an RBI today. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, sack fly. So in this his 5th trip to the plate, he's only 0 for 1. Kenley Jansen, as you'd expect, is getting ready in the Braves bullpen. The Giants will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. The most dangerous of that trio is Jock Peterson, who got a hit against Kenley earlier in the series. 0-2 for Ozuna. Sam Long doing a nice job. So the 7th man he's faced, he's retired 6 Braves. Gosselin with a base hit 1 inning ago, part of his 2-hit day. No balls, 2 strikes. That's off to the right side, and hey, great catch. Fan from Savannah, Georgia made that play. And the 0-2. Way high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, fans from all across the great state of Georgia here for this series. They'll come from all across the Southeast this weekend. For the Braves and Dodgers, we have an 8-5 game now in Cincinnati, heading to the 9th. Pitch fouled away. Hope that one goes about 15 or 16 innings.
Yeah, get in at midnight tonight.
Yeah, use all your bullpen arms. Braves dropped 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers out west. So owe them a little payback. As Ozuna will see a 7th pitch. Here it is in the dirt. He's seeing the ball better at the plate, it looks like.
He is. I agree. He's staying back better. Staying through it.
Just look how animated he is at the plate. He's feeling frisky in the batter's box, right?
Well, and think about him tagging up the other night. When have we seen that?
Another 2-2 pitch. Popped up. That's curling toward the seats. Where are those fans from, Jeff? Let you give it a try.
Swanee.
Swanee? I think you got it right on your first try. Nicely done, man.
Thank you.
All that fan behavior homework we put in before the games is paying off.
Stuff.
Pitch number 10. And it's caught at third by Longoria. Great at bat by Ozuna, but the Braves will head to the 9th inning. Kenley Jansen is on to pick up a series win for the Braves. It's a 7-5 score. It's 36,000 plus here today, as you see on our Xfinity live look cam. Kenley Jansen is on to try to wrap things up. And as we wrap up this series, Jeff, that's kind of what we've talked about all series long. Not just the Braves offense, but the Braves pitching staff, and especially this relief corps, which has been outstanding all month. That's our Synovus get there feature.
Now, it's one thing when you're putting runs up. It's another thing when the bullpen can come in and make it easier and just dominate the way they've done and win ball games. And you see that in June. First in pretty much everything. Kenley, 8 innings, only 1 earned run and 11 punch outs.
Adam Duvall is checked in for the Braves. They have Duvall, Harris, and Heredia left to right in the outfield. So Wilmer Flores with 2 hits, Darren Ruff with 2 hits, and then Jock Peterson lurking for the Giants here in the top of the 9th inning. 7-5, Braves have the lead. Kenley pitched in game 1 of the series. Gave up a couple of hits in the 9th inning, but no runs. The pitch popped up. Oh, was that ball moving in on the hands of Wilmer Flores? And that one will ricochet down to the second deck.
I think he was ready to go from the first pitch. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. So much history with Kenley Jansen and the Giants, all those years with the Dodgers, of course. 72 career innings, 114 strikeouts against the Giants. He's pumped up. That sinker at 94. 35 career saves in 75 career games. One pitch. Drop that in beautifully. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was a good slider there by Kenley after 2 sinkers in.
So no more 2-strike hits for these guys. Let's see what Kenley has in store for Flores. The pitch. That is popped off to the right foul. We'll try again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hope you'll stick around for Braves Live postgame presented by Xfinity. That will follow us. Laura, Nick, and Peter are standing by on the Battery stage. Hopeful of a 3 out of 4 series win. The pitch. Way in front of the plate. It's 2-2.
Good try by Travis.
So Flores back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground to third. Arcia's got that. Plenty of time to get Wilmer 1 out. So we're 2 outs away from welcoming the Dodgers to town tomorrow. As you know, it'll be an emotional day on the Friday night showdown. Freddie Freeman back at Truist Park for the first and only time this season. We'll have a 1-hour Braves Live pregame at 6 Eastern. Our coverage begins on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app. As always, the Friday night showdown is presented by Kaiser Permanente. Two hits for Darren Ruff today. He's also struck out and hit into a double play. Jock Peterson is on deck. Evan Longoria is lurking in the hole. We want to see him in September. And the plate but low. 2 balls, no strikes. No drama. Don't want anybody on in front of Jock. As we told you, the Mets are idle today. The Phillies are in San Diego. Braves with a win today pick up a half game on the idle Mets. They'd be 4 back in the divisional race. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out, 2-run Braves lead. The pitch. Popped up right side. Olson gives chase near the netting, but he'll run out of real estate. And he's got Darren Ruff set up 2-2. Nothing but cutters for Darren Ruff so far. Travis sets up inside here with the 2-2 offering. Sawed him off.
A good pitch after everything away. Tried to come in.
Jansen shimmies, now comes set with his 2-2. No swing, full count.
Another pitch that probably had the edge of the plate, but down.
So maybe the most important pitch of the game is coming up. Don't want Ruff on with Peterson representing the tying run. And here's the 3-2. Struck him out. So the best Jock Peterson, Jeff, can do is make it a 1-run game.
Yeah, beautiful pitch. 3-2. Look at the movement on that. Late life at 95, and now Kenley Jansen here, as he gets a swing and miss. Chip is 1 out away from taking over 10th all time in saves, tied with Jonathan Papelbon. Just look at that list right there. Eck, Kimbrel, Joe Nathan. Pretty good company.
So 1 more out for save number 369 for the Braves closer. And Jock Peterson stands in the way. A lot of personal history with these 2 guys as Dodger teammates. Peterson, remember, almost hit a home run down the right field line. He yanked it foul. Then with 2 strikes, he just golfed a shot to left field and was almost laughing as he made his way to first. So let's see what Kenley has in store here.
Well, look where Dansby is today. He has moved the shift over a little bit, where he is in that little spot where if you try to just chop one, he can make a play.
Braves have 1 out to get on a sauna-like afternoon at Truist Park. And look at how many fans have stayed with us to the hopefully glorious end. That is awesome to see. 1-0 pitch. Big shift on. Here it is. Peterson concedes the strike. It's an even count. Kenley's pumped up to face Jock Peterson.
Yeah, I would say so.
As he's missed high a couple of times now. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, you got a former teammate who got a hit off you the other night. The last thing you want to do is give up another one to him in the same series.
High fly ball is hammered deep right into the second deck of the chop house. So Jock Peterson has made it a 1-run game. That's why getting the first out was so critically important.
It's a long ways. That was a second deck.
So a 2-homer series for Jock Peterson. That's 16 home runs. And now Evan Longoria represents the tying run.
Well, this was just a hanging slider. He did not miss.
That's up where Jeff used to hit him. And Kenley said enough. Jock, I'll see you in September. So Longoria want to get him. And in this game, Evan, though, 2 hits in his last 2 tries. Downstairs, ball 1. A lot of pitches for Jansen, 18 of them. Evans 1 for 8 in his career against the Braves closer. No shift for Longoria. Arcia hugging the line at third. The pitch. High pop fly. Heredia on the run, nearing the line, slowing. He's there. He's got it. And the Braves win the series. 7-6 is your final score. The Braves pick up ground in the division. They're 4 behind the Mets and get set for the Dodgers in the best way possible, Jeff, with a series win.
Take 3 out of 4 from this crew. The huge comeback last night. You know, it's one thing, Chip, when you're taking care of the Pirates and A's and some of the teams scuffling at the time. It's different when you take care of a good San Francisco Giants team the way they've done it. They've continued to hit, and the bullpen has continued to get outs when they've needed to. Complete effort.
So the Braves with the best record in baseball in June. 5 series win in the last 6 played. Kenley Jansen now 10th all time on the big league save list. 369 of those. Kyle Wright with 5 1/3 innings. Jeff picks up the win, his 8th of the year.
Well, here you go. You get this. You get 3 out of 4, and now you get ready. You got the rematch of the NLCS and Freddie Freeman coming back to town.
Hydrate Braves country. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow night. Ian Anderson and Mr. Urias will hook up in game 1 of a weekend series that starts with the Dodgers tomorrow. Braves Live presented by Xfinity is coming right up. Atlanta takes 3 out of 4 from the Giants. Thanks for joining us. Stay cool, everybody. We'll see you here tomorrow night.